In this second part, we unfold the layers of digital transformation. We decompose digital transformation and look at elements and conditions of successful change. We start with the role of technology in the first section. Technology enables digital transformation. New tools make fresh approaches possible, but in themselves, they will not change how we work. Digital transformation has been made possible by advances in computing and communication. Technology development pushed prices of information processing capacity and communication bandwidth down to a level that IT became pervasive. Complexity of IT systems has also grown. Today, we have computers in our pockets more powerful than server computers a few decades ago. They not only process data, but play high-definition video, track our location, and communicate with other machines over the internet, from our bathroom scale to our car to our bank account. In the office, we have even more computing and communication power. The computing capacity of these tools is impressive. However, this is not the crucial characteristic. The real potential is in the fact that they are all connected. However, devices alone will not lead to change. Folders in the cloud instead of your hard drive will not change the way you work. Employees virtuoso in registering to Facebook events are not yet the cutting edge of your labor force. If you implement new systems only to work faster, you may only build more slack. Digital transformation is about the way we work, not the tools we use. Technical development adds new tools to our toolbox. With a wider selection of tools, we also have more ways to approach the same problem. It is like having more gears on our bike. We can be more efficient by always turning the pedals at our optimal cadence. Some new tools are improved versions of old ones. Others have features and functions we did not have before. Pervasive computing and constant connection to the web are such novelties. Instead of performing our task and handing our output over when completed, we can now collaborate real-time on the same object. This is not only about speed. Transparent, real-time collaboration helps us harmonize individual contribution, reduces redundancy and waste, and helps us share knowledge. It also inspires to find new solutions. To exploit this potential, we need to change the way we work and share information. Technology has the potential, but we need to adapt. The meticulous reconstruction of offline access rights and approval pathways to protect management authority in a cloud-based environment will not transform but paralyze the organization. Technology can only help if we allow it. If we fall back on old default practices, we implement new systems in vain. We need not only change the way we work, we need to be active learners and change agents. Intellectual understanding of the benefits of novel approaches is not enough. For lasting change, we need to be vigilant guardians of our change processes until they become our defaults. As you may see on the figure on the screen, digital transformation is a long process of organizational learning. A precondition is availability of new technology, but the process only starts when people became aware of the new tools. Early adopters will experiment with the new tools, but awareness needs to reach a critical level to start the transformation. This is what I call the inflection point. Discussions start in the organization about ways to exploit the potential of technology more effectively. Fresh ways of work emerge from these discussions and find supporters. As people learn and adapt, the organization transforms. As the new methods engrave, the process completes. Understanding the benefits and true adaptation are key to successful transformation and lasting results. Changes only last if people involved are mindful about the transformation and its benefits. We cannot trick or force people into open ways of collaboration associated with the transformation. Technology is a key component of digital transformation, but it is only an enabling factor. It is a catalyst, not an ingredient. Without technology, there is no transformation, but the change doesn't unfold in the computers. The core of digital transformation is a change in our approach to collaboration. It is a paradigm shift. We discuss this fundamental change in the next section. Technology enables fresh ways of work. Benefits depend on our use of this opportunity. Processes we develop to use technology are the core of the transformation. In this section, we go over the key elements of our novel approach to work. We start with a reminder of the achievements of the digital revolution. Then we review its consequences and effects on business processes. Digital revolution had two parallel streams feeding from the same source: advancement in microelectronic technology. One stream was the rapid increase in computing power. The other is dynamic advancement in communication technology. With communication going digital, the two streams intertwined and reinforced each other. Technical development also brought two further benefits. Size of components and equipment and prices dropped. Advances in communication technology made interconnectedness possible. Miniaturization and diminishing prices made computing pervasive. Advancement in microelectronic technology also brought better and smaller sensors. Today, a common smartphone fitting in your pocket has sensors for motion, rotation, proximity, light, fingerprint, a compass, and a radio receiver for navigation. Small and cheap sensors, processors, memory, and communication modules enable the Internet of Things. We can now embed computers in many of our devices to collect, process, and forward data for central processing, or use data in place for advanced control functions. Beyond having a powerful computer in our pocket, our car, refrigerator, washing machine, even our light bulbs are now connected. They can all collect data and we can control them or let them control themselves over the internet. Pervasive computing changes how we cooperate. The change is not only about better ways of communication with others. Interconnectedness and pervasive computing enables the capture of information where it is created. Immediate share of information is also possible. As a result, everyone can rely on the same information even without direct communication between team members. This is not only about speed. By having a single source of truth and shared information, we can avoid many errors and mistakes. We can also correct remaining mistakes fast. There is one important precondition though. Technology only helps if we exploit its potential. If we set virtual barriers to recreate the physical ones we used to work with, we cannot transform. During the first industrial revolution, we developed the functional organization. Back then, this facilitated efficiency by supporting the division of labor. As a side effect, silos emerged. Silos are self-isolating units within the organization with a focus on their own responsibility instead of the success of the organization. Silos are also informal power centers. Once established, they protect themselves. One way to protection is to become a function within the organization who can block vital processes. Silos are powerful. To exploit the potential of new technology, we need a flexible and transparent operation. Functions should become pools of expertise instead of silos. If parts of the organization are not willing to work in a transparent, cooperative way, transformation is not possible. The precondition of successful digital transformation is transparent, open cooperation. Instead of dissecting business activities, we need well-articulated models. Models that help us understand the business activity as a whole. Why transformation is so hard? First, it challenges the status quo. Successful digital transformation eliminates the power base of silos. Second, the transparent operations make errors visible. Being exposed to scrutiny, we may feel vulnerable. But we can also correct errors fast. Admitting and correcting our errors can be exercises in integrity. Others will make mistakes too. When we help each other detect and correct mistakes for better results, we develop genuine teams. The ultimate hallmark of successful digital transformation are cooperating teams instead of silos. Managers aspiring to transform their organization need to encourage open cooperation. Instead of rationing resources, they need to develop genuine teams. They strive for contribution should replace protecting silos. Instead of supervising subordinates, they need to coach teammates and work on optimizing processes and eliminate obstacles. So implementing a shiny new application is only the tip of the iceberg in digital transformation. Even teamwork and cooperation are above the waterline. What is below the waterline? We discuss it in the next sections. The basis of digital transformation is a paradigm shift. Outcomes of the digital revolution are only enable a better way to work. Transformation depends on our willingness to adapt. Systems we implement and re-engineered processes are only the tip of the iceberg. Successful digital transformation requires more fundamental change. We go below the waterline in the next section. To adopt novel ways to work, we need to look at our business activities from a fresh perspective. We cannot just do the same but faster, but new methods need new models. We often describe novel technologies disruptive, referring to their potential to destroy existing industries by offering much better solutions. But technology itself is not disruptive. If we produce faster and cheaper, we may beat the competition and rearrange the market, but we cannot destroy an industry. Disruption is not a workaround or an efficiency game. Disruption needs a novel approach to a problem. If technology has disruptive potential, we need to have a new perspective to exploit it. Not technology, but our thinking has to be disruptive. This is important because habits are hard to change. If we use disruptive technology in a traditional way, we may get faster, but that is not disruption. This is scaling at best. We invest and grow proportionally, a strategy easy to copy by competitors. Growth by gradual improvements makes sense. It may bring lasting results and can keep us at the forefront of our industry, but it is not a transformation. Acceleration of our processes without a profound revision and re-engineering may even have an adverse impact. Error-prone, inefficient processes often rely on the human component to correct its mistakes. When steps of a poorly designed process are misaligned, but you work with experienced personnel, your processes may look smooth but slow. They may tempt you to automate to speed them up. However, these processes look smooth because experienced personnel can correct mistakes on the go. Corrections slow down the process, but keep it rolling. When you automate, you eliminate the informal corrections. They may look like redundant iterations to you, but these iterations keep organizations running. If you eliminate them without changing the process, your operations will halt. You will need even more time and effort to keep the organization running. Our traditional models rely on the functional division of labor. We cut our processes into steps with rigid boundaries and focus on a separate maximization of efficiency in each step. The approach comes from the Industrial Revolution. For long, we had no better choice as we could not share information real time. Digital revolution allowed to shift the focus on overall efficiency. New models help us see how our part fits in the process. With shared information, we work with flexible boundaries. Instead of following instructions, we contribute. The fresh approach helps us perform more complex activities. For example, we can design and build more complex products. This is the essence of digital transformation. Look at project management as an example. Project managers no longer sit in an office commanding others around. Instead, they contribute by providing expertise in planning and problem solving. They remove obstacles from the team's path. Digital revolution allowed project managers to provide better visibility. We can now use resource pools and adjust project cycles to level loads and eliminate bottlenecks in advance. But technology only offers the opportunity. Instead of hardworking bureaucrats, we need project managers who understand project fundamentals and orchestrate complex cooperation of cross-functional teams. We also need project models that reveal the interplay of project elements. Another project management example is the spread of the Agile approach. Agile is an excellent example because we can apply Agile methods with no advanced IT support system. The essence of Agile is a radical interpretation of the project cycle. Agile takes the traditional project cycle, cuts it into small pieces, glues them back together, enabling rapid delivery of small increments instead of a single large delivery. Agile relies on cross-functional teams of users and developers working in close cooperation. It integrates validation, development, and specification in an intense cycle, delivering an increment. Intense communication and close cooperation are at the core of the Agile approach. While its power is in the model, advanced information systems and the Internet extends its applicability. Advanced information systems combined with the Agile approach revolutionized project management in the last decades. A last example is new product development and product improvement. Product development is a complex process. From ID generation to project selection to product launch and aftermarket care. It requires the cooperation of all functions in the organization. Digital transformation has tremendous potential in such a complex process. Contributors may all work from the same information. They inspire each other for better ideas and discover synergies. They trade crucial resources between competing projects to maximize the value of the portfolio. Share of information and communication is key in realizing the potential of digital transformation. An overarching model providing a framework for the common interpretation of this information, however, is not less important. Development of new business models is a delicate task. The thorough analysis and careful design we need require time, expertise, and a deep understanding of the industry. Fortunately, we are not alone. Professional organizations of our industry are likely to have the model we need already. In fact, leading software houses base the advanced IT solutions they offer on these models. The best strategy to start digital transformation is to study industry models. Before you check the market for IT solutions, visit the website of professional organizations of your industry. Study their standards, best practices, and models. Once you understand the conceptual models of your industry, you know what to look for in IT solutions and which of them meets your needs best. On the surface, we may perceive digital transformation as implementing new information systems. For real transformation, we need to go further by changing the way we work. Share of information, close cooperation, and a shift from following instructions to a culture of contribution are key to success. This new approach also needs new business models. Access to the same information is a necessary but not sufficient condition of successful digital transformation. We also need models to serve as frameworks for common interpretation. A model change has consequences. Our current processes work in a context. When we change the model, our processes change. We can only follow our changed processes if we also adjust the context. This section is about the consequences of model change, the adjustment we need to make, and the conditions of proper operation. We acquired two important ingredients of successful transformation so far. We have technology, the enabler, and our model that makes the proper use of technology possible. If we have done our homework well, the IT systems we choose to implement combine technology and the right model. But how can we use these components to our advantage? We need to learn. It is obvious. But there is a crucial step we need to adopt. We can only take advantage of the models embedded in our systems if we use them, not fight against them. Yes, we need to learn and adapt. Adaptation means we do not turn around the model to make it resemble our old ways of working. It means we accept the need for change and act on it. To adapt, we must forget and let our routines go. This is very hard. Often we invested years or even decades in our current routines. We may even base our influence in our organization on our expertise in current processes. It is hard to sacrifice our personal advantage for interests of the organization. We cannot insist on these advantages if we want to succeed. We can only adopt a new model by re-engineering our processes around it. This is the reason we need to study models first and then select supporting IT solutions. The software is only style. One may prove more handy than the other, but they all do the job. We need to understand and adapt the model to succeed. Processes, in return, define jobs and the job requirements. The change is not about titles and pay grades, but new roles and skill sets that fit them. This is another crucial and difficult transition. We invested in our present skills, hoping to realize a return on our investment. Will our skills be valuable? If not, will we be compensated for acquiring new skills? When we see our skills devalue, we perceive a threat. We believe it is unfair to give up our status for a change decided by others. If we cannot get through these obstacles, transformation may not complete. We cannot bend job descriptions to favor teammates, but we must make the benefits of transformation clear and prove that we compensate everyone for their effort at the end. Jobs define the skills we need. Some skills transfer well, others may devalue, and our team may lack some crucial ones. Expertise remains important, but we need better communication and cooperation skills in an environment based on open cooperation. The ability to learn will be paramount. If people have objections to learning, it will be difficult. So we need to manage expectations as well. We need to prepare people to feel challenged and struggle with new tools, processes first. We need to clarify that this is an unavoidable part of the transformation process, and it is not a sign of weakness, but excellence. Our attitude to and ability of learning remains important even beyond the transformation. Open cooperation relates on integrated models, platforms, and our understanding of our role. We also need to understand the roles and perspectives of our teammates, so empathy is key. To contribute, we often need to learn steps carried out by teammates to help. As we see the same shared information, we need to understand the model and our processes to know whom to tell when we detect an error. Instead of workarounds, we can correct mistakes and errors if we know where to intervene. Openness also requires strong people skills. When others see how we approach and tackle a problem, we may feel vulnerable. By time we realize everyone is busy with their own problems, so they may only look at our solutions for inspiration. But as systems get smarter and more autonomous, the emphasis shifts back from machines to people and human creativity. This human creativity is the ultimate resource of the organization. The eventual goal of the transformation is to expose this creativity to real problems instead of handling routine tasks fast. A new model of our business activity has a ripple effect on the organization. We can only exploit the benefits of digital transformation if we adapt to the new models. Adaptation means we accept change and render our processes around the model. Then we redefine jobs and require skill sets and launch a learning endeavor, shaking the status quo in all sense. In our iceberg metaphor, this is under the waterline already, but still close to the surface. In the next section, we go deeper. Digital transformation is a people change. Technology covers its outside layer, but it goes even deeper than processes, business models, and job descriptions. Technology enables a more flexible and responsive way of cooperation, but we need to change our models and processes to exploit its potential. Why this change is difficult? Because we not simply reprogram machines to follow different set of instructions. We transform people at the end. When we understand the way an organization works, we often use the machine metaphor. The organization comprises components fitting together. We consider people a subset of these components, or machine operators. The four-frame model developed by Bowman and Deal to better understand organizations reveals a few more layers. Four-frame model looks at organizations through four different frames: structural, HR, political, and symbolic. Structural frame uses the machine or factory metaphor. It deals with rules, goals, policies, roles, technology, and environment. It captures the technical aspects of digital transformation, including the model and processes. The metaphor of HR frame is the family. HR frame deals with needs, skills, and relationships. It captures the HR aspects of digital transformation, including job descriptions, skill sets, and employee development. The political frame uses the jungle metaphor. It is about power, conflicts, competition, and organizational politics. We touched upon the political frame when I spoke about sources of influence or the status quo. Through the force frame, we see the organization as a carnival, temple, or theater. This is the symbolic frame, which is about meaning, culture, rituals, stories, and heroes. The symbolic frame explains the deepest level of change. Change at this level is difficult not only because changing habits takes time. This is the level where beliefs and hidden assumptions also live. Without mindful attention, we may not even be aware of the motivations we have. Organizational culture belongs to the symbolic frame. Culture provides meaning and incorporates our values. Values root deep in the organization, so culture is difficult to change. Digital transformation is a case when we need cultural change. Digital transformation often takes place at highly optimized functional organizations at the forefront of the industry. They have a solid basis to grow and want to make a confident step forward. Among the key characteristics are clear boundaries of responsibility and a professional ethos. Members of these organizations are eager to do their job well, but they focus on their own domain of responsibility and expertise, not on common achievements. An emerging strategic IT enters this environment with its agile approach. Professionals, often with certificates from leading tech companies, replacing traditional college degrees, and alternative ideas about cooperation. No wonder they meet resistance, especially when they cannot or forget to explain that behind IT applications there are models developed by experts of the supported business activities. Digital transformation can only succeed if it can soften these boundaries between functional units. Replacement of professional vanity with an emphasis on contribution to the organization's mission is the first pillar of transformation. Expertise remains important, but we measure merit with the value of support to others and contribution. Instead of hoarding resources and claiming authority over their domain, functions need to give away expertise and resources to support each other. They need to seek for opportunities to help. They need to be empathic. This outward-looking culture is the foundation of the iceberg. The strength of the iceberg metaphor is its power to explain that the mass below the waterline provides all the lift. Cultural change on the organizational level is a deep learning process and a change in attitudes on the individual level. Organizational culture is not an entity, but a set of characteristics. When we speak about cultural change, we speak about people change. Culture is a set of shared values, beliefs, and practices. To change organizational culture, we need to change people's attitudes and beliefs. To create an outward-looking culture, people need to be outward-looking. Trust among members, empathy, and finding value in learning from each other provide thrust to digital transformation. People are the ultimate resources of an organization. They are the vital components of systems and processes. The success of digital transformation also depends on people and their readiness to change. While changing attitudes, values, soft skills are below the waterline, they provide all the lift to carry the weight of the spectacular part of the digital transformation. Digital transformation involves fundamental changes. Organizations' setting of digital transformation should have bold goals, but digital transformation is not for every organization. Boldness of vision is a necessary but not sufficient condition for success. In technical terms, the core of digital transformation is automation of routine processes to free human capacities for value creation. Automation of processes requires well-defined logical processes and management willing to give up discretionary power. Exceptions are expensive and undermine the pursuit of automation. Optimization and improvement of automatized processes also need a great deal of transparency. Processes should not be organized around personal preference, but overall efficiency. We cannot automatize undefined, flimsy processes, ad hoc operation, and discretionary management decisions on individual cases. While best practice-based models provide function to process definitions, organizational readiness also depends on management culture. Software Engineering Institute of Carnegie Mellon University developed a framework to measure readiness and help process improvement. The Capability Maturity Model Integration, or CMMI, framework classifies organizations to 5 levels based on the maturity of the processes. The figure on the screen displays CMMI categories. I continue with the description in the next few minutes. Initial is the lowest level in the CMMI framework. Its denomination refers to the type of processes characteristic to the organization. On this level, the first processes emerge from the primordial soup of ad hoc operation. Processes are reactive responses to repetitive situations. They are incomplete, belonging to corporate folklore rather than a formal set of rules. These processes often transmitted orally within the organization. On this stage, we often hear the phrase, "This is how we used to do it." Managed is the next level of process maturity. This is the stage where defined processes begin to take shape. Formal processes emerge, but still only in reaction to situations. Processes defined on this level are not universal within the organization. Some projects use them, others may copy, but the use depends on ad hoc management decisions. Managed level is important in organizational evolution. Awareness of the need for processes emerges here. Defined is the level where organizational standards appear. When organizations realize the value of processes, they switch from reacting to emerging situations to expecting the need for processes and develop standards. The importance of this level lies in the appearance of process integration. As standard processes emerge by design, we need to define interfaces and handover points between them. The emergence of understanding of interconnected processes is a precondition of successful digital transformation. On quantitatively measured level, performance indicators to facilitate efficiency management appear. Organizations in this level are no longer satisfied with knowing how they operate, they want efficiency. Measuring performance is not merely a supervision tool. It facilitates processes improvement by exposing bottlenecks, non-value-added steps, and inefficient configuration. The insight gained from performance indicators is often a source of motivation for digital transformation. Optimizing is the highest level of process maturity. Process optimization appears much earlier. It becomes an integral part of operations on this level. On the optimizing level, we do not refine processes on an ad hoc basis, reacting to emerging situations. Optimization becomes the norm. Organizations incorporate it in their systems of processes. In simple terms, organizations have formal processes for optimization on this highest level. Organizations reach a level of maturity when their processes work and described on the particular level. You may have the most complex set of formal processes. Your organization maturity level cannot be high if you do not follow them. Members of the organization must know the processes. Managers should limit exceptions to extraordinary events. What maturity level we need for successful digital transformation? An organization should reach at least defined level before it launches an initiative on digital transformation, as we can adopt models based on industry best practices. It seems possible to start digital transformation from a lower level. However, transformation is about people, not information systems or even processes. If management and members of organization have no experience in following formal processes, they will interfere with automatized processes and render them dysfunctional. So be bold when you launch digital transformation, but start from the appropriate level. Patience pays. If you are below the defined level, work on stepping on the next level instead. Digital transformation initiatives should be bold. We should expect significant results and fundamental change, but we need to be realistic. Organizations must reach at least defined level of processes maturity before they can succeed with digital transformation. Organizations striving for success but below defined level should work on reaching the next level of maturity instead. Once we understand that digital transformation is a people change and start from the right level, we are ready to go. Our next challenge is the fair navigation of the change process. We will explore the management of transformation project in the third part. This section is an introduction to a typical transformation project to prepare us for the journey. Digital transformation is a strategic initiative. We cannot transform the organization within a single project. We need a program sponsored by the CEO, coordinated by the CIO, governed by the board. Business champions, leaders passionate about change in their own fields drive the process. However, we need to start somewhere. We need to break down this endeavor into manageable chunks. We structure the program into projects so we can assign tasks and resources and start execution. Projects follow the same roadmap, but they are complete entities themselves. We discuss these projects in this section. Why is it important to understand a single transformation project? We need to break down the program to projects to execute. Projects are key building blocks of the program. Besides, organizations often follow the alternative approach of starting with a single project and develop transformation strategy later. We center each project around one business activity and one support system. If the CIO takes care of the roadmap, the key concern of business leaders will be the project, not the program. The right interpretation of transformation projects is even more crucial when CIOs ignore their responsibility for the roadmap and the transformation strategy. The precondition of sound project definition in digital transformation is the recognition that we deal with the transformation projects. Sponsors need to identify projects as business transformation project. Then they need to set goals and define scope considering the non-technical business focus of transformation projects. Transformation projects start with the understanding of the business model to be introduced during the process. You should have a model ready before selecting the IT solution of your choice. If you have none, or you do not have thorough knowledge about your model, start with a strong study phase. Transformation projects are change projects. Change management has a crucial role in digital transformation. It is not only an integral part of the project. Change management activities must start well before the project and finish last. In transition projects, change management is not a collateral sub-project, but the shell of the project. It prepares, leads, and drives the change. It is not just a tool to dampen resistance and offer aftercare to people affected. The change manager in a transformation project is the business project manager. It is a change project. Project manager shall have a skilled change management expert in their staff, even if they are trained in change management themselves. A dedicated change management team may perform specific tasks, but the entire team handles change. The figure on the screen captures the relation of change management to other project elements. Change management acts like a shell for the transformation project capsule. It goes first and finishes last. Change management mobilizes the organization well before the project initiation. It is also responsible for building and maintaining a guiding coalition for the change. After project completion, change management works on capturing lessons learned and incorporate them into organizational culture. It also works on making the changes stick. Inside the capsule, we find interdependent sub-projects and work streams. Transformation projects are complex. They have components for business process reengineering, IT system implementation, interface definition and development, and training. The project team also needs to support affected members of the organization. They need to look and listen for signs of misunderstanding, inertia, dissent, or opportunities. Who is in charge of a transformation project? Keep in mind that transformation projects are business projects. They have business goals and focus. Success is measured by business satisfaction and business results. Therefore, digital transformation projects shall have a business project manager. When the project involves an IT system implementation sub-project complex enough, the project manager shall have an IT sub-project lead or coordinator in their staff. On the program or transformation strategy level, CIO and a dedicated senior program manager reporting to the CIO shall act as program manager. This program manager is responsible to handle interdependencies between projects. What matters more, the board shall govern the program with C-level executives acting as project sponsors for transformation projects in the areas of their responsibility. Transformation projects entail sweeping change. High-level support for the initiatives is crucial for momentum. Change management activities after project closure are crucial for lasting change. Transformation is not complete when we have systems implemented and users trained. Old habits live on. Inertia can still reset changes. You need professional change management and strong business support to prevent the ball from rolling back from the hill. Formal training for new processes and systems is still part of the transformation project core. Measures to make sure changes last are line management responsibilities. The building block of an organizational digital transformation strategy are transformation projects. Change management encapsulates the transformation project. It breaks the path at start and prevents the ball from rolling back at the end. Strong business project managers are best to lead transformation projects with direct support from IT. CIO shall coordinate on program level with the board governing the transformation program and strategy. In the next part, we discuss the transformation project, the building block of the transformation strategy.